Oh, it's been a while, but hello everyone and welcome back. Part 47 now, WWE Smackdown, Shut Your Mouth. It's been a while since I've been able to do one of these, but since I am done my class now and I have nothing else on the go, I can get back to playing video games again. Something I've kind of been neglecting lately. Now I knew this was coming, I knew I had to eventually get back to work on this, I just wanted to get through my final exam first. School takes priority over video games, unfortunately, but sometimes I still want to sit back and relax. There's definitely some things I've been playing, but keeping up a YouTube channel is a bit of hard work sometimes, and sometimes I'm just a lazy piece of shit. But anyway, we're getting back into here. We are going on to the month of June, which is King of the Ring again. Of course, last year I won the King of the Ring, which we are detailing right now, and I get an opportunity to compete in it again because I am not the WWE Champion currently. I've had this recorded for a long time now. I've had the next 5 months recorded for a long time, actually. I think I sat down and played all that when I was originally recording my Showdown Legends of Wrestling video. And that went up back in January, and we are at the end of February now. And speaking of Wee Man's Winter Wrestling, it's still winter, and that's still going to continue. I'm going to do the next video before the end of February. I'm probably going to sit down and play the game in the next little bit here. Maybe even tomorrow if I've got nothing going on. I want to get it done before February. I decided that I want to do one video per month, and I'm almost at the end of February here. But then I've also only got one more game after that, so it should be an easy thing to get through. Now, despite this being King of the Ring month, at the start, I'm thrown into a match with Stone Cold Steve Austin for, I don't know, the dozenth time. I've had so many matches with this guy in this game that you lose count. There's nothing really new to say here. I've edited my outfit as I do every month. I can't remember if I added any new moves or not to my moveset. So it's just going to be another me versus Stone Cold Steve Austin match. And this part itself is fairly long, actually. It's an 18-minute video. I believe we go through the first 2 weeks of June here. First one being a little uninteresting. We're just establishing that the King of the Ring is coming and that I have a match against Stone Cold Steve Austin. Sorry about that. I think I might be coming down with a cold here again. And I keep threatening to cough. I can kind of hear it in my voice that I'm a little stuffed up. I hope I'm not. I just got out of school, and that's probably where I caught it from, because the people at school, in a lot of public places, are just filthy. They don't cover their mouths when they cough. And I get it at home, too. Half my family's like that, unfortunately, so I don't usually get sick from going out. I usually get sick from someone else bringing it into the house. But anyway, I don't feel too bad right now, and I'm still able to talk. I might only be able to record this one video part, but that's better than nothing, because it has been a while since I've done this. I've recently finished up all of my Fire Emblem parts. I have no more footage recorded for that. So all I've got is this 5 months worth of footage, and by months I mean in-game months, of course, of WWE Smackdown Shut Your Mouth. And let's see, 5 months. That's June, July, August, September, October. So then I've got 5 months left after that. I could probably breeze through the rest of the game in one more sitting. I'm not saying it would be uploaded, but if I have the footage, I'm more likely to upload it. Recording's the hardest part when it comes to this, because I have to get all the cords out. I have to unhook the PS2 because I usually have it hooked up to a YPBPA component cable instead of the usual red, yellow, white cables. So I have to get those out. I have to get the dazzle out. I have to hook it up to my computer. I have to make sure everything's working. I have to make sure it's in a decent enough space so I'm not getting too much screen tearing. Speaking of which, is anyone seeing the screen tearing here? I know it happens sometimes, and you can occasionally see a little flash across the screen, and I don't mean like right now. Right now you're seeing camera flashes, which are emulating stuff in the crowd. But there are times when the screen tears, and it's more noticeable sometimes than others. Fortunately, there's usually enough going on in this game that I can't notice it, but it's in the downtime where I'm starting and I just like see all these flashes and I'm like, I hope this doesn't come through on the video. But so far, it seems to have been pretty good. If anyone sees it, and if anyone's watching this to see it, let me know, because I'll try to fix it. I don't like working with the dazzle too much, but it's something I'm going to be stuck with for probably forever, because I can't do HDMI with a PS2. There's no HDMI cable, and that's the big problem here. I'm going to need to use the dazzle for anything older than the PS3. And for anything PS3 and newer, I can't do anything with because I don't have a way to record HDMI, and I'm not going to go sit down and use these old component cables with it, because the quality is just going to be shit. But I do hope to get a new capture card this year, something a lot fancier, a lot more up-to-date, and something that can record HD footage. Because, I mean, whether I actually use it so much or not is up in the air. I mean, I'm definitely going to be... With so many games now coming to PC, I will be playing a lot of them on PC, where I don't really need a capture card. I have capture footage on my computer. Or capture footage, I have capture software on my computer. It's for stuff like this, for the PS2 games, which I can't play anywhere except for on a PS2. And I mean, I could get an emulator, but PS2 emulation is pretty intensive on your computer. I don't really want to do it so much, especially when I'm also going to be having a recording software in the background. I'll have my microphone plugged in, and if I'm playing with anyone else, which is not likely because we can't get the PS2 online to work on emulation, I would also have Skype open, and it'd just be a mess. I wouldn't want to work with it. Anyway, we're on to week 2 here, where we're talking about the matchups. And of course, it doesn't matter which one you pick. You're always going to be in the last match. It just picks your opponent for you. So my first opponent's going to be Goldust. And for this one, there wasn't a lot of really big names in this whole tournament. I mean, the biggest name was Kevin Nash. And he was facing the second biggest name, Chris Benoit. So that's going to take out 2 of the biggest players right off the bat. But before we can even get into the tournament, we have a tag team match with 4 of the competitors. And you know, tag team matches are I've said it before, and you know, because this has been going on for so long, I'm going to repeat myself tons of times. But tag team matches are not great. They're not the best either, or they're not the worst either, I should say. Anyway, me and Eddie here are trying to pick up Ivory. See? Together. Anyway, so speaking of tag team matches, I now have the newest wrestling game, WWE 2K15, because it's looking like it's not coming to PC, not this year. If this is the way I'm looking at it. Either the next game, WWE 2K16, is coming out to PC, or it's never going to be on PC. And that has nothing to do with 2K. I'm sure 2K would put it on PC if they could. This year was a little rushed, so I can kind of understand why it wasn't. Like, they might have planned it, but they really couldn't get it on there because they were so rushed. But next year, if it's not on there, then it's clearly just WWE not wanting them to put it on there. So, I kind of get it. I mean, the last time a WWE game was on the PC was WWE Raw or WWF Raw. I forget whether they had changed their name at that point or not. But that was also on the Xbox, and on the PC it had a bunch of all the mods and stuff that you could do. People were putting things like Triple H in a dress, and Vince didn't like that, so he didn't want any other games on the PC. Nowadays, though, oh my god. Well, you know, Frey, maybe if you wouldn't be looking at all that bondage shit on YouTube, it wouldn't come up on your YouTube recommended. That was awkward. Anyway, back to the King of the Ring tournament here, and back to WWE 2K15 actually. I've just finish talking about the possible PC releases we could have, which may or may not happen. I'm holding my breath, I'll say. I want it to be on PC just because of the modding capabilities, but I could understand WWE not wanting it on PC because of the modding capabilities. We're never going to find out till the next game, though, so all we can do is wait at this point. WWE 2K15, though, it's not that bad of a game. I mean, I wouldn't call it the best wrestling game ever. It's far from the best, but I don't think it's the worst either. I mean, the gameplay is good. For everything but tag matches, I should say. The gameplay is good for everything but the tag team matches. Tag team matches are horrible to play in that game, and one of the worst things. I hate playing tag team matches in that game because your CPU partner will not do anything to help you. And it just makes it a chore. I basically skip through them just because I don't want to play them. Maybe next year they can get it right. But otherwise, the gameplay itself is very good. I mean, it's not this huge different thing like everyone's saying. It's going to be so much different. It's more realistic and less arcadey. And I'm like, I'm playing it, I'm like, it's better. It's definitely more realistic. But this less arcadey shit, I don't get why people even say that. I think I've gone on about this before. But I mean, if you think the WWE games are arcadey, was the last one you played Here Comes the Pain? Because seriously, the games have been becoming more and more realistic since the first Smackdown vs. Raw. So either you've been living under a rock for 10 years, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about, or the last game you played is WWE All-Stars, which isn't even part of the main WWE series. But still, I would recommend getting WWE 2K15 at a discounted price. That's what I did. I got it for 30% off. I wouldn't have bought it at full price, especially with the Canadian game prices continually on the rise. That's something else I have to rant about. Our game prices have, in the last couple of years, have jumped from $60, which is the same as in America. I think $60 is a fair price for a new video game. And they went up to $65, up to $70, and now they're going up to $75. And that is for standard new games. There are some that are going to be even higher. I mean, we're going to be looking at games that could be $80, $90, and that's ridiculous because minimum wage has risen too, but not by a lot. Not enough to compensate for that. It's one thing to raise a game's price all across the board. I mean, people will tell me that in relation to their dollar, like to the American dollar, that paying $75 for video game in Canada is the same as paying $60 in America. Well, that's true, but we generally make the same amount of money. Our minimum wage is the same in a lot of places. Let's simplify this. If minimum wage, and this isn't what it actually is, this is just me trying to make a point, make an easy to understand example. If minimum wage in America is $10 and minimum wage in Canada is $10, it's going to cost us more time and money to buy a video game. And that's as simple as it is. It's just the game companies getting greedy in Canada. And I mean, I get that a lot of companies are American, and I get that there are a lot that are Japanese, and they all use American currency, so they're trying to make the same amount of money, but there's also a lot that are in Canada too. We have all kinds of game-making companies in Edmonton, and in Vancouver, and in Montreal. It's just really shady, I think. I think it's gone up way too much. And I mean, there's been times where we have been way below the American dollar, and they haven't changed game prices at all. I've always been one to say that greed has always been a part of the video game business, and it always will be a part of the video game business. But right now, I think people are getting even... It's just going way out of control. And I'm not one to usually say that. I usually think that things stay fairly constant. And we might be heading towards another game crash. I don't think so, because people do still buy games and they still enjoy games. I hate when people say it's the end times of video games. It's like, people are still buying and enjoying it. have you even researched the 1983 video game Crash? If you had, you would know that the reason that it crashed was because people were not buying games because they were so bad at the time.
It may be no exaggeration to say that this pair is an unexpected one. What can we expect from the end, JR?
But anyway, it looks like we're about to wrap things up here. Oh no, we got a rope break. I thought we were gonna win. I guess not. It's been a while since I've seen these videos. So, and by seen I mean played through them. So I'm not exactly sure when I win or lose these matches. I mean, I know I lost the Stone Cold Steve Austin match because, you know, he got me with the middle finger and then the stunner, which is about as accurate as you can get. But it won't be going on for too much longer. We are about to finish up here. And then I'll be able to talk more about the King of the Ring stuff. I mean, I didn't have much to say in this part, just because I was looking more forward to the King of the Ring stuff. I thought I actually got into a King of the Ring match in this part. But I guess the way I edited it was I don't get to that until the next part. So for now, we just get this tag team match where me and Christian, I do believe we both win this match. You know, one of these days I'm going to have to get someone else to commentate with me because it's not too interesting on your own after 47 parts. Like with Fire Emblem, even there it's getting a little dry. And I think we're getting close to 60 parts on that. We're almost done that. We're definitely about 2/3 done the game. More than 2/3, I'd say. We're probably, I'd say about 3/4 done that game. We're getting there. This game, at this point, I'm not quite 3/4 done the game yet. But I'm also a few parts behind that too. I mean, I think I'm about 10 parts behind Fire Emblem. I'll have to check that out. Oh, something else I'm going to be doing soon is and this relates to my music videos that I do. I'm going to be doing a lesson video, sort of a lesson video. It's going to be a very cheap lesson video. It's going to be basically me putting the camera right up where my fingers are, and these are the chord patterns, and this is the picking pattern. Have fun. I'll play it a little bit slower, but that's how I'll go. And that's just because someone asked me to do something like that on my latest video of Turn On Your Light by Judas Priest. So I thought, what the hell, I'll go ahead and do that. I'll relearn the song a little bit, slow the tempo down, and just go with it. And then I'm going to do another one, which is going to be In the End by Anthrax, because that was another video that people were asking me to show how I played it. And then after that, anything that anyone wants me to do a how-to video on of something I've played, they just gotta ask and I will do it. I might have to relearn the song in a couple of cases, because I honestly can't remember every song that I've played on there. Some of them I just forget, just in favor of learning something else. But that's something I'm going to be doing in the next few days here.